Good morning, chat, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are back with more Formula 1 Grand Prix, and this is going to be the start of a new season. So we're on year 2. As some of you are aware, that I was going to be streaming or recording the video for my practice session for the esports last Friday, but was having issues with Streamlabs and Formula 1. So I wasn't able to stream. I had the same issues this morning, but we have managed to fix the issue. I changed part of the settings, and I'll go through it with you here. What happened was, in my graphics settings, on the graphics priority here, if you change this to performance, it doesn't let me stream the game. So I have to change it back to quality, and then I was able to stream again. But basically, just sending probably too many frames per second through the HDMI cable, too much for the capture card to support. So just put it back onto quality, and we're streaming perfectly fine. So that was the issue. So we are back regular now with that. So a few changes before we start. So go over to the assist. So the changes are this season. We've got no pit assist, and the ERS assist is off. So that means that we can get penalties for speeding in the pit lane. So on pit release, pit exit, everything. So we need to watch out for that. Even crossing the line too early on the pit exit. And then we've also got the ERS as well. So we need to monitor that lap by lap as well. So everything else is pretty much staying the same. So we're still using the corners only and manual with suggested gear. The only other thing that we've changed is we are going to be using the formation lap as well. So we will be doing a formation lap as well. So they're all the settings that have changed for this season. So let's crack on to race weekend and see how things go. The only thing I didn't find in the settings anywhere was you can turn off the fact that you can do a fast lap or a drive lap. So I couldn't find the settings for that.
I think we've done a pretty good job protecting our development gains through the regs change, so the car should be pretty decent. But get out there and let us know how it feels.
Okay, so for those that have seen the last race of, or the next to last race of last season, we signed a new contract with McLaren. So we are staying with McLaren for this season. There was a few drivers that changed for the last race of the season, so everything's going to be in play. So we have 3 practice sessions. Weather looks pretty decent, a full qualifier, and a long race of 29 laps is what we're going through here today. So what I will quickly do is see if we can find last season's performance at this circuit. So season results, season 1. So last season we finished 7th on this circuit. So we're hoping to do 7th or better this season. We want to improve on what we did, even though that now we may do a bit slower lap times, especially when it comes to the pit. So 7th is what we're looking at. So let's go over. There's nothing we can really do at the minute, so let's start this off. Brand new car, all fresh out the garage. see how we do. Okay, so we have race strategy, which we normally do at P3. We have the track and qualifying pace. So we'll do the qualifying pace in P2. So I think we'll do the track here. So we need to set an optimal first sector time, chain 5 consecutive corners, and drive a clean sector. So that doesn't sound too bad. The first thing we want to do though is the same thing as we did last season and change this car setup to preset 2. And the reason that is we seem to drive a lot more better with this. We're not perfect, but we are better. So it's slower, but the car sticks to the ground better. So it does help. I mean, I could do it, customize it, but for what it's worth, that works very well for me. Okay, so with that being said and done, let's get out. So we're going to be using the hard tires. So I know that we have some issues with the flying lap when you take control, so we're going to do a drive out.
There'll be a lack of rubber out on track, so take it easy for the first couple of laps.
So a few changes to the way we did things last season to this season. So here we just want to warm up the tires and stuff. Warm up the brakes as well. The good thing is about this track is I've had quite a lot of practice on this track, so it is a track that I probably know fairly well, so I don't expect a lot of issues. Just remembering to use the ERS. I had a habit at one time of only using it during the DRS zone, which works fairly well. Right, so here we go.
We're approaching the DRS zone. Watch your MFD for the activation point.
Okay, that was green. I put it too early, I think. That gave me a red one for that. That's unfortunate, we're doing well. Green again. Oh, they spun out. Oh, I missed it. Unfortunate there. I'll come look it. So we're not getting purple, but we've had 3 decent laps.
That's the programme complete. There's some decent data, although far from optimal, and it could still be worth running it again.
Well, I'm happy with that. A bit wide on that corner this time. So in the pit, nicely done. So, not a bad session. I think it was one, maybe two corners, maybe a little bit heavy on the braking, but other than that, it wasn't too bad. So let's have a look. A 136.909 on a hard tire is a decent time. So we're looking at accelerated time. I think we need to rerun it again. We just didn't quite get purple, but we was close twice. But everything else is done, so nothing to worry about. Lando Norris not been out yet, so he's still our partner for this season. I'll try and remember the ones that changed. So there was Max Verstappen changed. He went from Red Bull to Aston Martin. Who else was there? Let's have a look. Lance Stroll went from Aston Martin to AlphaTauri. So that was two. I can't remember if there's anybody else, but there was the main two that I can remember. Verstappen putting in the fastest lap time, 136.279, and Lewis Hamilton goes above him. So that's not bad for the Aston Martin.
The session has drawn to a close, so let's review our top three. Hamilton, Verstappen and Alex Albon. Sadly, it's time to say goodbye as free practice is over. However, we'll be back shortly for more Formula One action.
It's not a bad first practice session there. So let's go out for P2. In which we will be doing the qualifying pace, so we may only need to do one lap. So go to the session. Okay, so let's go for the qualifying pace. So we need to beat the average speed trap, drive a clean sector, and stay within 2 meters of the racing line. Okay. So onto the soft tires here for this. Oh, I did a flying lap, didn't want to, never mind. We'll avoid driving out this time around.
Okay, this is a quali sim. We've estimated the times our closest rivals will be doing, so that's what we need to beat.
There we go. Could have done a bit better there.
Okay, test
That's a
complete,
job well
and that was
done.
a really good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that. Well done.
My pit entry will be slow compared to what it is when you have the assist turned on, because you can just drive and it automatically drop you down to 50 miles an hour, which is the speed limit, so there's no penalty for it. But with the assist turned off, then we can't just drive in at 100 miles an hour. I have to manually check the speed on the vehicle to make sure we're below 50 miles an hour. And I'm not sure if some tracks are 30, I'm not sure. So I will have to keep an eye out for the signpost on that. But that was a very good run. A 134.610. I'm not sure what my fastest was on this circuit. I know it was a 134 something, but that's not bad. Plus we achieved everything other than the racing line, which I'm not too concerned about. So that's 2 down, 1 to go, so that'll be the race strategy for P3. So let's go to the lap time to see how things are looking. Nice with the 4th fastest lap time. For Carlos Sainz getting into 2nd with Charles Leclerc 136.691. We're still 2 seconds faster than everyone, so. But we've always done pretty well on this circuit. There is a few that we don't like. Okay, George Russell putting in a 135.899, so just over 1.2 seconds slower. I'm hoping this season we can possibly get Construction Championship if Lando Norris also does a better than last season himself. He was averaging around 8th, between 8th and 10th throughout the season. So if he can get maybe a couple of podiums, maybe between 3rd and 5th throughout the season, then we should be in for a good season.
It's time to remind ourselves of our top 3, who are Martin, Russell and Max Verstappen. And that's it. Practice is officially over. Until next time, goodbye.
That's not bad for Norris, coming in 4th fastest time. Okay, 1 practice session left. Race strategy, so this is going to conclude 5 laps. Okay, so activate DRS in all zones, complete a lap whilst conserving fuel and drive a clean sector. So those shouldn't be too much of a problem. Okay, let's drive out.
Okay, track's green right now, so take a few laps to get the tyres up to temp and get yourself in the zone.
So just remember, on race day we are doing a formation lap on race day, so I have to be careful on that, not to get disqualified off the start. Okay, here we go. Not bad. Wait a bit early there. Few laps to go. Okay, last lap. Well, that's a
Program
good
complete
5
and a
laps.
job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can take you through the numbers.
Bear with me a sec. No idea who that is. Okay, so that was a good practice session. We put in 5 solid laps together. So we're definitely looking good for race day. So, let's see. Oh, it's not going to show me the individual laps. Our tyre life was good as well. Looking at that. E-player, how are you? Welcome to the channel, mate. And how you been? So, let's see. Yeah, we covered everything we needed to cover, so everything's good. What am I doing? So, let's accelerate time, ready for qualifier. Fastest lap 1:34.634. It's about the same as it was in practice 2 as well. I don't think there's much of a difference between the 2 best laps here. Same as always, could be better, but quite alright. What about you? Well, I'm not too bad. I was a bit annoyed and frustrated because I wasn't able to record Formula 1 or stream for a while because of a simple setting that I changed in the game allowed my capture card or Streamlabs to freeze all the time, and it was only on this game. It wasn't on any other game. It was just this one game, and I spent all weekend trying to figure it out, couldn't figure it out. I went on Google, Reddit, I went on other people's streams to find out what it was, and all it was a simple setting. So in the game graphics settings, your performance quality basically is what it was. I changed it from quality to performance because I thought it might have been better when racing with all other online people. So I changed it, and I didn't realise that that's what caused
And with
the
all
issue.
the cars now over the line, let's see our top 3 again. Martin, Verstappen and Charles Leclerc. And if today's practice session is anything to go by, we're in for an exceptional weekend of Formula One.
So as I said, so once I changed that setting back from performance to quality, perfectly fine. And I think it was just sending too many frames per second from the PS5 to the capture card, and it causing an issue. But I'm glad we managed to get it fixed. So we did start an hour later today than what I normally did because I was trying to find out what was causing this issue. And I wasn't sure if it was a Codemaster thing where they've updated the game and it blocked or something or whatever. But yeah, nothing to do with that. It was me. I'll see if I can show you the settings. So, you know, if you are aware. No, I can't go into the settings on this screen. I'll look at the workstation. There we go. See if we can do it this way. So basically what it was, go to your graphics settings. Now it's grayed out on here, but in the main menus, you go to your options, go to your graphics, and this graphic priority here, now it's set to quality. I changed it to performance, and it caused the problem. That's all it was. So I put it back onto quality, and it's working fine. So that's all it was. So this Friday I will be doing another practice session for my esports league. So I will record it. I won't be live, but I will record it, and I will post that onto my channel. And I'll put the photos up on Discord as I did previously. So if you want to follow me through my esports performance, then you know it'll be there. Umberk and Gab, welcome to the channel. That's the one thing I don't get with the capture card. They don't like high performance things run. I wouldn't say it's the capture card itself, Gavin. I would say it's more so the HDMI cable that you're using. Not all HDMI cables are quick enough to send that many frames per second down through the cable. So I would say it's more so the cable rather than the capture card. So you have to be careful when buying HDMI cables to make sure that they are properly high performance cables. Okay, so qualifying session is where we're at. So we're looking to qualify in pole position after what has been a good run so far. Oh yeah, ePlayer, and I've seen that you've just joined. I will point out some of the settings that I've changed. If you've not read the description in the bio, basically, pit assist is now turned off. ERS is turned off, and formation lap is turned on. So they're the 3 changes that we've made from the previous season. So we will get penalised for speeding in the pit lane. We will get disqualified possibly disqualified, or a penalty for overdoing parking on the formation lap as well. So, and also the ERS management. So I expect probably more car wear and tear if I forget to use the ERS. So they're the main changes for this season. We're still using a manual gearbox, suggested gear, and corners only for the racing line. So season 3 racing line will be off. So that's the next step forward. We'll be turning that racing line off altogether. I've been here from the start, but I was just chilling, doing my phone game. Okay, cool, no problem. So yeah, glad to know that you're actually here, rather than just lurking in the background. Right, let's get out on the track here and get a lap in there. So we'll do a flying lap. You know, this track's not too bad for flying laps. Some of them are really bad. So some of them you want to avoid the flying lap. I mean, this one's not too bad. You're joining on the straight. Some of them, like right on the corner when you're coming in, it's so bad. Okay, here we go, qualifying lap. Hitting that curve does not help. That's gonna give me a slower time than I have been doing. Wow, 133. That is the fastest lap I've ever done on this circuit, and I think we could do better than that.
Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
I think if we didn't come off on that going wide on over the curve, we possibly might have been able to do a 132 if he was slow around here because of it. There is something that I have noticed, even though the ERS assist is turned off, in qualifier and in, for some reason, the ERS is automatic and not manual, which is very weird. And that's not a bad pit stop. That was actually probably one of the quickest ones I've done. Let's just have a quick look at the chat. Yeah, I do know you, but you're like a Ghastly or a Hunter, a ghost Pokemon just lurking around in the shadows. You have to stop playing Yu-Gi-Oh and bring you back from the Shadow Realm or something. But I think that lap time should be enough for a top 10 or top 15. So I don't know if they're decent time or 1:35. So I think we both should make the top 15 to go into Q2. So let's accelerate time. Max Verstappen still putting in big performances. That he changed from the Red Bull into an Aston Martin. So who else tries to do the Aston Martin? Because it's not Lance Stroll anymore because he switched. I can't remember who drives the Aston Martin. Could be Alonso. No, Nick De Vries drives the Aston Martin. So he doesn't have a big partner this season. Going to be an interesting season on the Construction Championship because the big two drivers of George Russell, Hamilton, both on the same team, whilst Red Bull's been split up with Pistari driving a Red Bull instead of Verstappen. Okay, so Q2, top 10 is the requirement, and we shouldn't have any problem. We'll do the flying lap again. There we go. See if I can do a 132. Good start. Not the best of corners, that one. Heavy on the brake on that one, that's not good. A 132, lovely.
Okay, we've only got one lap of fuel remaining.
Yeah, we know we're pitting anyway. a bit slow, that pit. Now he's dropped down to 4th at the minute. He was 2nd when I crossed the line. So let's have a look if we're going to have any upsets for the top 10. So, okay, so we've got Oscar Pisari up there. Okay, so 3 drivers not been out yet. Okay, they're out now. So, he's going to drop out of the top 10. Take the accelerate time. Oh, Bottas in 15th at the minute. That's surprising. Bottas did move up, but I think it was about 12th. I don't think he's made the top 10. Bottas. No, he didn't make the top 10. He finished in 12th. Perez, both Red Bull just making the top 10. And Norris 7th there. Max Verstappen in 3rd with the Aston Martin. So, final qualifying session to see where everyone starts, providing there's no penalties. So let's get straight out. Oh,
Standing by.
that's the one. Oh, we're driving out this time. Here we go. Wow, a 131.
Okay, we've only got one lap of fuel remaining.
Uh, 131.992. That is the fastest I've ever done at this circuit. That is one hell of a lap time. So we're definitely starting in pole. Okay, so let's have a look at London Norris currently in 7th, 135. Oscar Piastri is the only one who's out at the minute. And he's not looking good. Tenth place. Okay, so everyone's gone, well, most of them have gone back out. So let's have a look how that ended.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top 3 today. Martin, Russell and Lewis Hamilton. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
Okay, so Norris going to be starting inside the pack at 7th place. Let's just hope for a good start. See whether we can push against the two Ferraris. That'll be the question. Not to mention the two Red Bulls just behind him. Don't think we're worried about Alexander Albon in that Williams. So qualifier over. So 29 lap race coming up. This is where we can't afford to make mistakes. So just a quick reminder to the chat, last time on this circuit last season we finished in 7th place, so we're looking for a better performance. If I do remember correctly, we did finish on pole in qualifier, but we still finished 7th on the race. Can't remember why. Something happened and I can't remember what it was, but we're looking at I'd be happy if I could make top 5 today. So Messi is nothing to worry about. So here we go, straight in. So we've got to remember we've got a formation lap to start off with. So you're going to have to get used to doing formation laps and parking the car in the right place. I think if we overrun it, we will be disqualified. So we can't afford to overrun the parking spot. Not too sure about parking.
No more testing,
Too
no
short,
more practice. This is the real deal. And it's make or break here at round 1 of this year's Formula One World Championship. There's no shortage of passing opportunities around the 3.36 miles of the Bahrain International Circuit, with the best, of course, at turn 1 and then another soon after into turn 4. 15 corners here, 6 to the left and 9 to the right, and we could see 1 or 2 flat spots into the tight left-hander of turn 10. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race.
Any penalties on the grid?
Martin lines up on pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Verstappen, Leclerc, Sainz, Norris, Perez, Albon, Oscar Piastri, Gasly, Bottas, Tsunoda, Ocon, De Vries, Hulkenberg, Magnussen, Stroll, Sargent, and Zhou Guanyu. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? I'm joined by Anthony Davidson at the start of a new season, and it is a clean slate. Absolutely anything is possible right now.
We're into those tense few minutes before the first race then. Everyone's a little bit nervous about reliability. They haven't been running in the hot, turbulent wake of other cars in practice. They've not been pushing at 100% for long durations. Let's hope no one has to deal with any nasty surprises.
Okay, mate, so we got pole, that's in the bag. Now let's go and get the double with the race win. Come on.
Okay, so race strategy here. 29 like a 1 stop or 2 stop. I think a 1 stop is fine. Our tyre management looked good in practice. So I think just the 1 stop will be fine. 29 laps, we got just over 30 laps of fuel. I think on this circuit, fuel management is very easy. So I'm going to drop back to dead on 30. So it's a bit less fuel than normal, so that's going to help make the vehicle a little bit lighter. So that's all we're going to do is just take less fuel. Now, I remember, I think it was the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix at the end of last season. For some reason, we had at the end of the race enough fuel for another 4 laps. So we don't want to be making that mistake. So I think that's everything here. Don't think we need to worry about too much. Okay, let's get out and start.
Launch map is good, but we need to learn the gears. So go into each one when you can. We're going to need some work on the brakes, so put some energy into them and warm the tyres as well, please. Okay, that's not
Oh,
an
yeah.
ideal placement in your grid slot. You're going to need a good launch at the race start. Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin
We are
as soon
very
as the grid
short
is
there.
formed. Be
Very
ready with the
short.
clutch.
Here we go. That's a good start getting around corner 1.
Good job. That was the
135,
fastest
that's a
lap of the race
decent
so
lap.
far.
But it was a bit slow in sector 3 though, apparently. Still gonna be on that corner. That's a very slow corner that.
car behind by 4.7 seconds.
That far? Really? Oh dear, that downhill braking, not good. That kind of falling a bit.
Okay, gap to the car behind. Car behind, 12.5 seconds.
Wow. We driving that good. Oh, that's a back corner. Okay, we might be losing a bit of grip in the tyres now.
Okay, car behind trailing us, 0.3 seconds.
What? Did he just say 3 seconds? Because my screen is 14 seconds. Unless it means 0.3 seconds per lap. Possibly what he meant.
We're approaching the pit window now, and you're going to be on hards next time.
Okay, so a couple of laps before we pit. You know, just a one stop. Our pit entry wasn't too bad in practice and qualifiers, so I hope it's decent here as well. Plus we got to think about the pit exit as well.
Okay, be aware, the grip levels are going to start falling away soon.
I noticed that a few laps ago.
Push now, we're boxing this lap.
Okay, I'm happy with that pit.
Okay, off we go, back into the race. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
Okay, back into the race, but dropped into third. I don't think my pit release is that great. But I will check the pit times at the end, see how we did with the rest of the pack. Okay, they both fitted in.
Lando's coming in for his stop now. Gap to your teammate behind is 26.1 seconds.
It's looking like a good lap time here. was due to the ERS, so 133.7. Ten laps to go.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 35.6 seconds.
So that will put him about 6th place then. And if he can get some points on the board, it'll be good.
Yellow flag.
The yellow flag somewhere. I'm not seeing anything yet. There we go. Oh, here. We'll call you at the race.
Green flag. That's just 5 laps of fuel remaining.
We've got 5 laps of fuel, but we've got 4 laps, well, 3.5 laps to go. So we're doing well on the fuel.
Okay, information on Verstappen. They've got some kind of mechanical problem.
Well, that's going to help. Now he's in 4th, Verstappen with trouble. There's a lot of time between them though. About 7 seconds, I think. So unless Verstappen retires the car,
Okay, we've got 4 laps of fuel remaining.
whatever the problem was with Verstappen, it doesn't seem to be affecting him. Well, in fact, Verstappen is dropping back. Now he's catching up with him. He's already dropped to 3rd. And now he's get above Verstappen and get on a podium.
Gap to your teammate behind is 41.5 seconds. Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Okay, last lap.
Okay, this is your final lap of the race.
We've only got 1 lap of fuel, so well, enough to get me over the line. And Norris has gone up into 3rd. No, it's got back down to 4th again. Come on, Norris. That's it, back into 3rd. Now keep it. And over the line we go. I have to win.
I'm so sore.
Oh, I'm very sore. All my bumps on stiff. Oh dear.
Oh, superb
sat down too
driving.
long.
That is the race win, my friend. Well done.
So, we get our first
It was a tough
race
race at
win
times, but they
here
held on to
at the
take a
Bahrain
great
Grand
victory
Prix.
for McLaren today.
And a solid run it was. We did nothing wrong.
Anthony Davidson.
I
a
mean,
resounding
we'll check the
victory
pit
today.
time. That
What set them
might
apart
slow
from
it
the
down
rest?
a
I
little
feel like
bit, but
consistency
other than
was
that,
probably the key
it was
today.
a
There's
smooth
being
drive.
quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
And look at that, they're making their way out onto the podium now. Great race for the McLaren team, and I'm very happy to see them there on the top step of the podium.
Yeah, Norris is up there. In second. Norris came second, that's even better. Wow. A 1 and 2 on the podium. What a start to the second year. And Verstappen third. What happened to is it Russell? What happened in that last lap? Because Verstappen was in the 4th place on that last lap, dropping down.
So
This could
then,
be
it's time to
interesting.
see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Martin takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship. Let's focus on driver of the day, Anthony Davidson. Who do you pick?
I have to give it to Martin.
Let's move on to the Constructors. McLaren supplant the previous leaders, taking control of the championship. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
Well, this is very, very interesting because it looks like George Russell was out of the race. He did not finish. Wow. What happened to George Russell on that last lap? We might have to look into that. That's very interesting. Net reversing after Martin gets in the top 10. Let's go to view replay. And then Lap 29. I need to change the driver, so here we go, George Russell, here we go. Right, he's in second here. What happened? What happened to George Russell? See there? He just went from second to 19th and nothing wrong with him. That makes no sense. But when I crossed the line, he went from second to 19th for no reason. Let me have a look at this on Norris's point of view. So this is where he overtakes Verstappen. See if I can see Russell in front. Right, Russell just gone around that corner. Coming to the point where yeah, he just went from second to 19th for no reason. I mean, I just don't understand what happened. There's no reason for it, from what I can see. So they must have retired the car for something. Let me see if it comes up on the race directory for incidents. Nothing on there either. So I have no idea what happened there. Okay, so pit stop. Let's have a look at my time here. 2.302. Wait, are you saying we had the fastest pit time? Oh, Williams Sargent had the same time. But I am impressed with that because I thought it would have been a lot longer. I was thinking more 3 seconds, if not more, but that surprised me as well. Oh well, no wonder we did so well. Nothing went wrong for us. So a first and second for McLaren. What a start to the second year. Okay, marketing department, let's have a look. Have you down as one of the favourites for the championship? Who do you consider your closest rival this season? It's got to be Verstappen. I mean, it's everyone's rival, really. But Charles Leclerc's he's up there. I'm gonna go with Verstappen.
Thanks. I appreciate you taking the time to help out.
Okay. So, advance to
Our new parts have completed without issue. They'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
so let's have a look at how we did here. So 8% wear on everything. So that's not too bad. Oh, that's overall. So let's see. Have a look here. 10% on there. 5%. 9. 5. 7. Only 1% on there. 17% on the gearbox. That's not too bad. So let's just go over to the season results. So Lando Norris came second. So where did Lando Norris come at last season? So we were 7th last season. They finished this season 1st. Norris was 10th last season, finishing 2nd. So a very good start with Verstappen finishing 2nd last season, dropping to 4th. George Russell won last season and a DNF for him. So big changes at the start of the season already. A DNF for Perez last season. This season Perez came 6th. Charles Leclerc 5th. Last season 4th, so he's about where he should be. So an interesting start to year 2. We'll be back next with Saudi Arabia Grand Prix. Let me bring you guys in. So chat, that is it for F1 today. We'll be back with more Formula 1 on a Thursday. Back to normal time now that we've solved all the issues. But I will be live possibly later on this evening with EAFC 24. We'll be starting a manager career mode on that. So hopefully I'll catch you all this afternoon. Until then, ladies and gents, take care and happy gaming.